Aburu, Aboye Aboshishe. It is Latona Ifabi Leke, Ilya Dingbe, Edudu Temple. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. You can join us also on Patreon at Edudu World Academy. Ekuo Sheifa. Ekuo Sheifa, Oshun, Egbe, Olofin, Ori. May all the divinities support us, and may we avoid contention with the Iyami. There was a couple verses I wanted to use, right? But we're going to use the one that discusses banana. So it's Ofun on the right and Osa on the left. Ofun sa lefun, Ofun sa losun, Ofun sa mariwopwe ye. Diofun ogede, tin rodo, lapaje. Ebony wani kawase osi bebo, nibe o rubo, ogede o, dojo, dodo, koto, rire, ashe. So that means Ofun looks white, Ofun looks red. Ofun adorned himself with Mariwo. Cast Ifa for the banana. We're going to the river very early. He was told to make sacrifice and comply. Come see how fortunate we are. So that's Odu. Let's keep that in mind while we look at Egungun and Ifa and what they say and how it applies, how this verse applies to the information that we received this week from these Orisha, Irumale. Egungun asks that we be patient. Suru. Why? For Iriaje. It also tells us, this energy also tells us that over the next 5 days, we will have victory. Let's remember about Ogede. Let's remember about the banana and the sweetness, right? That the sweetness of the banana, the ripening of the banana, and how the banana, right, gets sweeter with time, how our blessings, right, how and why we need patience. We need patience so that our blessings will be sweet, that they will get sweeter with time. Ifa says, longevity, right? With the strength and character, we shall have added abundance. If we get back to Ogede, the painting of the Efun, the painting of the Osun, the adorning one's body with Mariwo. Mariwo pwe, yeah. Right? This is a transformative energy. Right? So the way that I explained it was that it takes time to mark the body, right, with the Efun and the Osun. It takes time to bind things to us. The ancestors, Ifa, ask us, right, to remember this process. The process by which we have started to wear certain things in our life, experiences. Every time somebody lied to you, that's an experience. Every time somebody did something nice for you, that was an experience. Every time they did this, this was an experience. And so on and so forth with all the marks that the Efun and Osun make on the body. What's the importance of the riverside? It is the water, right, that brings long life, that brings coolness, that brings comfort, that brings support, that brings growth, that brings all these admirable attributes to wash all those negative experiences away. This is the point behind initiation, right? So that when we initiate it, right, all those things that we was doing before initiation, right, whether it's your first reading, whether it's Isefa, whether it's this thing or that thing, right, Itefa, right, Egbe, Egungun, whatever it is, Obatala, Ocean, whatever it is, right, these initiations take place in order to remove the challenges to one's destiny. Certain things that we have been given over time, right? And it takes time to place those dots. It takes time to, bind things to you. It takes time. The ancestors ask us this week, right, to be patient with ourselves, right, to remove these things, right, that we must take time, suru, to understand why we feel a certain type of way, right? What direction are our motives making us move in? The ancestors say that it should only be about abundance. It should only be about abundance. Ifa says that we need strong character in order to actualize our blessing. For each one of us is very different. Are we going to move from being unripe to ripe? Are we going to move from being green and hard and rigid, right? Firm, to soft and sweet and enjoyable? What things were we doing before initiation, right? Anger, arguments, lying, fighting, going out at night, drinking, eating certain things. What things are we going to wash away, right? Sometimes we want to put those dots back on us, right? Because it's comfortable. It's what we're used to. It shows us with the initiation process that things are not easily done. It wasn't easily done, right? It wasn't easy for one to move to initiation, to receive Isefa or to Itefa or these other things. It wasn't easy, right? It took a concerted effort. It took focus and peace. It took all these things, right, in order to move in that direction. We ask to remember the process, right, and continue with the process of change, right, of transformation over these next 5 days, starting with the ancestors asking us to have suru. Let's look at the things that we're doing. Let's make sure it's about abundance. Let's make sure it's about long life. Let's make sure it's about children. Let's make sure it's about spouse. Let's make sure it's about peace of mind and contentment. Let's make sure. That's the true prosperity, long life. Ifa says longevity, ashe, aiku bale oro. It is the sweetness of the banana that gives the banana the longevity. It's the sweetness of the banana. Right? We buy the banana when it's green, when it's hard, when it's, we purchase it. And we have this idea in our mind, right? We can just look at it and tell, okay, it's ripe. Oh, it's getting more ripe, right? Nobody throws away the banana. If I ask that we look at our blessings in this way, that we apply the wisdom, right? If you start a new job and it may be challenging, you have to know the system. Give yourself time for it to be sweet. If you are moving into a particular relationship, right? It may be challenges at first, but give it time, it will be sweet, right? That all the things, right, change. It changed with time and perception. It changed with Ebo. It changed with us sacrificing certain things. Nobody ever discards the banana. If I ask that we don't discard our blessing, don't discard our abundance, that we should look at it carefully. That we should look at it like we look at the green banana or bananas, right? There's a time we have to wait, right? We save them. There's a time we have to wait until they become ripe. But once they become ripe, they become more ripe. Even when they become brown, they sweetest. They can be used in pancakes, banana bread, smoothies, whatever. The bananas become sweet. If I ask that we eat banana so that we can remember the sweetness. There are some people with banana taboos that cannot eat them, but they give them as offering. But let us all eat bananas. Let us all remember sweetness. Let us all continue to be sweet. Let us enjoy our blessing. Ashe. Odabo, Aburu, Aboya Boshishe.